Welcome to the Diary of Dating Over 50 with Tanya R. Lewis, the hottest dating show on social media, hosted by the sassiest model of them all, Tanya R. Lewis. Are you 50 and single, dating or waiting to mingle? Be a guest on the Diary of Dating Over 50 with your host, Tanya R. Lewis.
Oh, hello. Welcome to another episode of the Diary of Dating Over 50 with Tanya R. Lewis. Today, we have a delightful mix of love stories and that spans from newlywed bliss to seasoned companionship. Joining us, we have two fantastic guests. First, we have Z and Leanna, who is celebrating just under a year of marriage and are still in the dreamy honeymoon stage. Next up, we have Dee and Bridget. They've been married almost a year and they know how to keep the spark alive. As we sit down with them, we'll explore their hopes, challenges, maybe even share a few laughs along the way. After all, what's love without a little humor? Let's dive right into this, y'all. First off, y'all know how I do it. I allow people to introduce themselves because they know more about themselves than I do. Take it away, babies of the bunch.
Hello. I am Liana Stevens. You see his face?
Gotta get that name right.
And
Hello, everyone. My name is Zakel Stevens.
Tell me a little bit about yourselves.
oh no, let me start first because he's gonna talk a long time.
I'll be keeping it short.
A little bit about myself. I'm a film and theatrical actress, runway and book print model. Also, I'm a performer and hostess. Brand ambassador for Georgia Injury and Heritage. My professional career is in law. I practice law.
All right, Z.
All right, myself. I'm also a theater actor and model myself. Also, I'm a transportation company owner.
Yes, that's new, ain't it? You see how he said it? All right. The boom. What's this? Y'all two, come on, my seasons people. Introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Bridget Puller, and I'm a nurse. Also, I deliver mail for the United States Post Office.
When you start doing that?
Correction, we've been married 9 years.
Almost 10. I didn't say 9. I didn't say 10. I said almost.
Oh, okay. And I'm a pastor's wife.
Ooh.
Be afraid. No. Go ahead, babe.
All right, D.
Good evening. A little bit about me. My name is Dion, of course. I am a pastor, and I always put God first in everything that I do.
Ooh.
That's what I suggest everybody do. You need to put God first, and then everything else will fall into place.
Okay. Pastoral with that very white voice.
Very white.
Okay, so we're gonna dive right on in.
We all have the very white voice.
What do you think has been the key to maintaining your relationship for over more close to a decade? And then I'm gonna actually, and I'm gonna change that question up for you all. So, Bridget, answer that question. Y'all answer that question for me.
I'll let you go first.
I think for us, we put God first in everything we do. Also, the value of, is this going to bring us closer together or pull us further apart? It's not so much about who's right, but what is the benefit of who's right?
Okay.
I would say it just like this. when you take your vows, it says in the Bible, when you're performing the marriage, it says, husbands, you need to submit yourself to your wife. It also says,
See,
husbands, you got to love your wife like the Christ loves the church. So it's submission as well. So both of y'all are submitting to each other and submitting to the will of God. So therefore, everything's going to work itself out if you'll be willing to submit, you know.
okay, so y'all tell me, Bridget, bring D up some because he's you cutting off some of his face. I need to see all Pastor's face. So tell me how y'all met and how long it took for y'all to be like, I want you. No, I want you.
Well, now, so I went to this revival with my cousin in Washington, and I was feeling pretty hot, and I saw D shaking hands and greeting people, and I had this little skin tight sweater dress on, and I said, "Ooh, look at here, look at here." You know, lusting.
Chicka bow,
Just
chicka
keep
bow
it
bow.
real. Yeah, I had a lust moment at church. And so at the time, I didn't know
real.
that he was the speaking pastor of this revival.
Oh, he was a speaking pastor.
Yeah, and he was standing outside greeting people as they enter. And I'm sizing them up and I'm saying, yes. And, you know, I'm going to get me some of that. You know, I wasn't really, you know, just having a lust moment.
Uh-huh.
And so when I got up to greet him as I'm entering, I said, ooh, I hug. I don't shake hands. And so I'm hugging him and I'm, you know, doing a little wiggle. And I got in, we got on in, you know, and when they called them out, I started feeling embarrassed because I'm thinking, oh God, I did that to the pastor. You know, like, whoa. And
Okay, hold that right there for me. I'm gonna come back and let you finish that. Just hold that right there for me.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna come back. I think we need to hear the rest of that. Okay.
Woo!
Leanna and Z. Okay. How do you maintain your relationship of being new and any interference that you guys may be having in that relationship? How do y'all maintain it?
How do we maintain our biggest thing is Zakella is my best friend, one. And we pray, you know, and he's gonna make sure we pray every morning, we pray every night. We're getting on our knees together. You know, that's something I have not done with any of my exes.
Yeah.
In the morning, we always touch and agree. We communicate. That
Okay.
has been that's a huge, not to say it's bigger than anything, you know, else in our marriage, but it is a huge part of maintaining our relationship. So, I mean, and we talk about everything. It could
So
go
y'all
from,
got something in common because how long was y'all? I'm talking about the two couples. How long was y'all was together before y'all got married?
oh, well,
About 5.5 months, about 6 months, and then we knew right away. I guess.
How did you know right away?
It was. It's a certain feeling. It's like sometimes it's undescribable. It's, you know, if you just want a person to be like your girlfriend, or you just want somebody just to make out with, but when you find that person, like it bothers you in your sleep. It bothers you when you're away from that person. It's just something about that individual. So there's no sense of us moving forward and want to continue walking like in lust or in simple nature. So we knew we want longevity. So it's like it don't sense of waiting a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years trying to figure it out. That's pretty much game. So it's either gonna step out on faith, and what we did was we communicate what we doing something different, what we didn't do in our previous relationships, and that's pretty much communicating, being fully open. And so let's step out on faith. We knew exactly what we wanted, and we stepped out on faith. You know, and like she said, it was big as communication. Sometimes talk about things that it might hurt the other person or it may make the other person run away. But it's a chance that I'm willing to take, because if the person that I want to be with, I'm gonna take that chance. And if she's there for me, then she's gonna accept, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna move forward together.
Okay. All right. So let's move on. Because we're gonna get back, to, because Bridget and them similar. How long was y'all together before y'all got married?
3 months.
Ooh, I got some hot ass couples on here, baby.
When you know, you know.
You know. Hey D, can you tell me the feeling? Can you put the camera on D a little bit, because it's cutting off his face? D, can you tell me, how did you know that you knew that you knew?
Well, I'm gonna put it to you like this, and I had this conversation with a couple of my coworkers. A man, a true man, and a true man of God, I'm gonna put it to you that way, would know in the first 3 months if they want that person to either be, like he said, a girlfriend, or they just want them to be a friend, or it's another overwhelming feeling that comes upon you, and you know, okay, yeah, this is something special. This is something worth investing in. This is something worth, spending time with. This is something that's worth building with. And you know that within the first 3 months. So it's no need of going ahead and I'm gonna say pussyfooting around with it. Just go ahead and jump on in and do what you gotta do. Make this thing happen.
Okay. All right.
Right.
So
Right.
let's see. Let's ask this. Can you share a significant challenge you faced together and have you overcame it? Go, Zakiel. Is there a challenge
Go Zakiel.
that you guys have that you've overcame? And Bridget, y'all think about it so y'all can have y'all answer ready.
You should have went to the veterans first. Then
Okay, veterans, show them how it's done. Go, veterans.
Well, I think our biggest challenge was I was married before, and my husband died. And one of the most challenging things in our marriage was when Dee didn't do something that my other husband used to do, I would bring it to his attention. And
what would you say? What would you say?
I would say, well, if Booney was here, he wouldn't do that. And one day he told me, he said, Bridget, I can't compete with a ghost. And at that point, I had to take a look at, what was my expectation? Did I want him to walk into shoes of my former husband, or was I in love with my current husband?
Okay.
And I didn't like the way it made him feel. That was a difficult task for me to kind of turn the tables on that.
Okay. So Dee, what was something that you had to overcome in the relationship that you brought to the table?
I think the biggest thing that I had to overcome is my fear of letting somebody inside. Us as men, we repress so much of our feelings, because we deal with so many things and we wear so many masks. We got to be the provider. We got to be the person that goes and get it. We got to be the person that's You know, you can't show emotion. You can't cry. You can't do this. You can't do this. All of those things that was assimilated of being a man, and you have to let that go when you enter a relationship with a woman. You have to let that go, and you have to learn how to be communicating, and you got to learn how to be sensitive, and you got to learn how to consider the other person's feelings before you even consider your own. So that was the biggest thing for me.
Thank you. That's the biggest thing for a lot of men.
Yeah.
Okay, Zakil, your turn.
I think the challenge was when we first met. I still had my ex-wife. We was going through a divorce at the time, and we were separated for about a year and a half. And when Leon and I started getting close, that's when I started pressing issue as I want to go forward with the divorce. And then it comes to, well, with her, she started acting out, calling people.
This was the ex-wife.
Yes.
Okay.
So
yeah, because that was the one that inboxed me, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, which was out of pocket.
So bringing it to Liana, you know, I had no
Liana,
choice.
put him back in the camera, baby. I can't.
I had no choice but to, you know, bring to her attentions, and so she understand exactly what's going on. And it was her decision whether she wanted to move forward or not. You know, so I believe that was a big challenge, especially in the beginning of our relationship.
But that had to be a challenge after you guys were married, because after I posted the pictures of you all, that's when she contacted me.
Correct. Correct.
So how did y'all overcome that? Because you know what, I was struggling because I love both of y'all, and both of y'all my friends. But you know, when it come to girl power,
Yeah.
I'm like, man, call me.
I know, right? I'm glad I talked you off that ledge fast though. Because I said Tanya gonna go in. Yeah, but it was really out of place. But you know, hey, it's, you know, some people just don't know how to handle, you know, women or men know how to handle their emotions. They realize, you know, how much they messed up, you know, and now they want the person because they're in a relationship with someone else. So
Yeah.
I'm upset about it, but I'm not angry about it. You know,
Well, I'm glad you're not angry about it, because he truly love y'all. Y'all got this love that is so amazing, and I'm so glad I was to be a part in the middle of all that. I really
that's why
am.
you got caught in the ring of it, because you
but
were
you know
part
what?
of us.
But y'all explained it, and I trusted, and we moved on. And some people, I have a line. It's about 3 guys in that line that wish they could get back with Tanya, and Bridget know 2 of them. They over here in this line saying, I'm sorry I messed up, but I can't trust them, you know. But the trust that Z came clean, he was out there, he was open, and it made y'all relationship much stronger. Now I want to ask both of you couples, what was the initial, what initially drew you to each other, and how has that evolved in the early months of the relationship? What drew you all? Because you know, I want that type of, and I believe it's the type of relationship and the love that you guys have for each other, because both of y'all are saying similar things. You know, when you see that person, your person, you be like, I like that. I like that. You start checking off boxes.
I think I could say it was like, I don't know if everybody haven't experienced it, but it's like I was at QT, and I was getting some coffee, and going past the window, I happened to see a shadow. Just, it seemed like she was gliding, not walking, her steps, just nothing. It's just like a spirit just moving, just gliding. And it seemed like I didn't hear nothing, like no sound, no nothing. Everything just tunnel vision on that target. And I was like, what the hell? And all I saw was this long hair just going across the window until when she came in, it was like breathtaking, like, whoa. And she just walked with like elegance and walked to the area where the coffee was at. So I'm still stirring my coffee, but then it's like, man, I gotta say something to her. But then when she turned my way, I spilled my
He
coffee.
ran.
You
And it's like
spilled the coffee and ran?
I spilled my coffee and ran.
I said, good morning.
You say, Leanna,
I don't know what happened. I can't explain it, but when she said good morning,
He took off.
I said it fast, and then I walked. But the thing is, I walked to the next aisle. I walked over just to look at her because I was like amazed. It's like
aw.
I was stuck. And then when she left from that point, I walked again around the other aisle. It's like I wouldn't stand still and until she got in line. Then when she got in line, I just wanted, let me go behind her. So I stood behind her. And then when she about to
Checking
walk,
her out, huh?
I checked her out. Then she spilled her coffee.
I spilled my coffee. I never did that before. Knocked it over twice at the counter.
Oh my.
So I told
Y'all
her,
was like little teenagers, huh?
that's where it was. That's what it happened. She's like, no, it don't happen to me. And then it's like,
Wow.
okay. So I told her, you have a good day. And I was leaving out the door. Somehow she met me at the door, and it was raining outside, and we stood
We
outside
stood in the rain.
having a conversation.
Didn't even realize it was
Nope.
raining.
We just-
was just
Oh,
talking.
y'all was stuck.
We was
But
stuck.
That's what y'all
It's,
was stuck
it's
how long?
crazy because I've always had this where you say with women or guys say, I have this stereotype of, this type of guy I always date, or always
Uh-huh.
look for. And when I met Zakel, when my ex and I have been separated 3 years, and I mean nobody, I hadn't dated no one, I hadn't been with no one. I was determined, God, it's gonna be just you that's gonna
Mhm.
send it. Well, Zakel had on this daggone, what you call that thing? This jumpsuit, but his face was covered, his whole body was covered. I couldn't see nothing but his eyes and right here. I couldn't see his hair.
But he caught you.
Yeah, but he
Different.
caught and that whole attention. And we talked for a few, and then he got ready to leave. And I said, "Have a good day." And he said the same. We said it like 3 times. It was like a darn corny movie. So when finally he came over and he said, "My name is Zakel. What's your name?" And then we started, and we've been talking every day. I mean,
Since then.
everything, any and everything.
Wow.
It's just been amazing.
Okay. So that gives you that warm and fuzzy, what I call them spirit thoughts. Okay. Okay.
And it's
So
crazy because we'll meet people and they'll say, "Oh my God, y'all spirit is so connected." Y'all.
oh yeah, when y'all was at my party, that people said that.
Yeah, we had
So-
that. I mean, places we go, we have people just to stop and want to know who we are and
Mhm.
tell us something about our spirit, and it gives us an opportunity to share the word with them. That's pretty much what we
Y'all,
do.
because y'all
We
sharing
share
y'all
the word
story. Y'all are the epitome of giving people hope. Is it hope or is it a joke?
Yeah.
Y'all are giving people hope.
Yeah.
Pastor D, what was that initial feeling for you?
Initial billing for me is energy, and people take energy for granted. But when your energy leaves out of you, that's when life is over. And when somebody brings a energy, whether it be negative or positive, you can always discern what's going to happen. And she brought forth such a positive energy.
And she was all boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom,
You
boom,
know,
boom.
despite everything that's going on, despite, we are in this setting and we are trying to get closer to God, I'm still going to be me. And
Oh wow.
and you don't find genuineness like that. It's
That's right.
hard to find.
Because she loved God, but
Yeah.
she still was her.
Yeah, we still, because at the end of the day, people forgetting, we are spirit first, but yes, we have to have balance in our life. And if we don't have a balance in our life, we are altogether lost. So I'm glad that she came right on in and she helped me stay centered, helped me stay balanced. And that was the greatest gift that I could have ever got.
Wow. It's not a lot of authentic, true men out there like you and Zakel. What you guys are saying, openly saying, and I have 21,000 K viewers that are listening that's going to listen to you men, and to hear you be so authentic about it, Your ladies, they got to be over there hot and all bothered, because I would if that was my man. Okay, my man. Bridget, how did you feel? What was going on with you? Because I know you was hot and bothered, and you a hot ass anyway. So, did you have to calm yourself down?
Again, honestly, my initial was lust. I thought he looked good to me. You know, I'm thinking I'm gonna jump his bones and go back to Atlanta. And it's been
Oh, you was gonna get him some and then gone back to Atlanta.
Yeah, I was thinking that's how my wheels was turning. And then, you know, when he spoke, and, you know, he said, I think I just got hit on. And so everybody laughing. You know, I'm laughing too, because I don't want the people to know it was me. You know? And then he said, but the Lord told me that's going to be my wife. Now, still, I'm still not with it, because I'm thinking to myself, hey, he ain't got to say all that if he wants some. I want to give him some. See, I'm still in the twilight zone.
Flip me over, Lord.
You get what I'm saying? I'm still somewhere else. But the beauty of that, you know, what was revealed to me, that he was so much more than what I expected, what I was wanting from the situation. Like, I get you talking about the first man praying with you and talking to you about God and the intimacy. See, for a long time, I thought intimacy was about sex. And I'm here at a ripe age, and I'm clear that intimacy has nothing to do with sex. And this my best friend. Like, we tell each other everything. And
how much older? What's y'all age different, Bridget? You know I was gonna do it.
I'm about 15, 16 years older than him. And he know.
Looky.
Looky, who got the cookie? Okay, so tell me something. How do you guys, okay, this dating world is crazy now, and you all have found the fountain of marriage because you guys are sitting here with your spouses. You're open to communicate. How do you navigate through that on a daily basis? How do you keep, because they say you have to, when you get married, you got to think of that person more than you think of yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you navigate daily? Say you sitting back and you say, okay, when D comes, I know he's going to be tired. This is what I'm going to do, and follow through with it. How do you navigate daily to do something special for your person and to keep that marriage, keep it compound, to keep it together?
I think it's a choice. We make a choice. I mean, even if he's tired or I'm tired, we choose to do what has to be done. Our core is love. I love him. I want him to be happy. I think for me, once I realized the true meaning of submitting,
amen,
to my husband, when I got to that piece, I found out that it wasn't so much about him telling me what to do.
Because you a firecracker, baby, like me.
Right. It's just not going to happen. But once I come to really understand what submitting means, I take pleasure in submitting to my man. I want him to be happy. When he's happy, I'm happier.
Happy. That's right. That's right.
You know what I mean? I want to be his peace. I want him to feel like if he needs to cry, he got a shoulder he can cry on. You know what I mean? I want to know what's important to him,
Yeah.
you know. And it works for us. We like
Okay.
we like each other company. We
All
like
right.
the same things.
Let D elaborate on that some more.
And I'm gonna say it just like this, just like I said earlier. Us as men, we repress a whole lot. And being that you find somebody that you don't have to repress your feelings with, being that you're with somebody that you can actually talk to, you can actually communicate, and you can also have a listening ear, and you can learn how to be a listener. And that's what I, learned from Bridget, and that's how it works, because we learn through communication and drive. Her drive for life is so she's not willing to settle, and that's the most important thing. You always striving, you always striving to be better, you're always pushing. And and pushing, I'm just gonna say it just like this: push, pray until something happens. You always have to pray until something happens.
Something happened. I like that.
If nothing is going your way, if things are going to the left and you want to go right, you pray and you make sure you push, and that will happen.
Wow. Okay, Stevens, answer that question for me. Come on, bring it, put it on the table, because y'all new at this. So y'all tell me.
Hey, we may be new, but we true now. Wait a minute.
Okay.
That's right.
No, but we get that, people say, when they ask, like the guy, we're in a restaurant and he and I were playing in the restaurant with each other. And we were trying to figure out the machine to order our food, which is something that Zakilla and I do, period. We very playful with each other, know how to handle business with each other. Yeah. We communicate and talk about everything. Well, the guy says, how long have y'all been married? How do y'all keep that? Because that's what I want. I'm trying to get the energy back with me and my wife.
For me? Did y'all get his number?
No, he was married, but anyway, he wanted to know how to put that back into his wife, so that they could get that back.
Okay, no, I don't want his number.
And we told him, it's been, a year. We've been, talking to each other for about, a year and a half. And he said, oh, y'all in the honeymoon stages. But once Zakilla and I started really talking to him, he said, I would have thought y'all had been together for much, much longer. Mm-hmm. And it's not so much about, people think of, oh, you only been 6 months. Oh, they only been together a year. That may be for most people, but that is because their marriage is not it's a bond missing. Zakilla and I have a beautiful bond with each other. We know how to joke and play with each other, talk to each other about things, but then know at times when it's time to be quiet. And it doesn't make it awkward,
Okay.
I was laid off from my firm for a while. I've been doing, I have my own legal service, but I've really been working remotely. So I'm in the truck with him everywhere. We're everywhere. We've been all the way up to Maine. We've been to Chicago. We've been to New Orleans. We have drove everywhere. And everywhere we go, we try to stop and do something, with each other. And when I'm in there with them, he's not, babe, you better get you a job. You need to be looking for a job. Yeah. Well, what, babe, you gonna start working? No. He ain't pressing you. His drive is incredible. And
he probably don't want you to get a job to stay with him most of the time.
Yeah, when I told him, well, babe, they called me back to come back to the firm. He's like, all right, look, I gotta get something local. But even in riding in the truck, my sister say, dang, y'all been in the truck for almost a month now, and y'all ain't fighting and kicking each other out. No, he get in his space when he drive, and I sit over on my little seat and I be quiet, or I get in the back and I get on my tablet.
Just like Pastor D said. Yeah. Okay, D, come on, bring something to the table for me. How you feeling over there?
It's like I'm not. It's like when y'all become one, right? So it's like you don't have to think about, let me do something for her, let me do this. It's natural. It's like it's part of you. It's like you're doing something for yourself. So no matter what it is, if it's something that she's lack of, I know what she lack of because I know my partner. So I'm to do it. If it's something that I know she need of, she may not say anything. I remind her, hey, did you take it this? Or do you need this? Okay, it's already done. So it's like I try to be ahead of a few steps ahead and just do it. It's like I don't get mad, I don't get upset. It's life, and it's like if you become one, it's part of you. So I live life like that. I don't be upset. I don't get mad about nothing. Anything you need, like the brother said, you pray on it and you act on it through faith. You don't worry about it. I only can speak for myself and previous things that I prayed on and it came to pass because of my belief. No matter what it is through life, and it doesn't matter if I was maybe in a sinful nature at that moment. I still receive, and it does nothing but build my faith and show me how powerful the word are, the power in the tongue, the things that you speak into existence, the things that you can speak death upon. So these things are, if you're very spiritual, these things becomes part of you. You know who you are, and you walk it in a confidence, no matter what it is that you face in life. It's life. Man-made created these things, whether it's these jobs and whatever it is. Certain things happen, it's out of our control. But when you in the spirit and you in the under Christ's umbrella, then a lot of things you can bypass. A lot of things people don't understand how and why. But that's because if you under the anointing and you follow underneath God, then those things with a carnal mind that people not going to understand. They're not going to understand how spiritual people get and receive versus the carnal minded people. It's just unexplainable and it's foreign to them. So for me, I just get up and I thank the Lord just for the day and whatever I need to do. Lord, let your light shine through us where we can encourage other people, whatever it may be, so He get the glory.
Okay, so okay, so we know the world is, and thank God, got an amazing guy that's gonna edit all that damn airplane stuff out.
I'm so sorry. I really am. But every time I look at it, I want to yank it out the sky. I apologize.
But y'all, it's a 8:00 bank. All the flights are taking off now. But what the world is sexy. The whole world is sexy. We are in the sexy stage of the world. Women wearing hand clothes, men wearing pants so tight you can see what they hold on to. All of that. How do y'all never? Because I know you gotta look.
Okay.
So even me being married, been married before, and I seen a good looking guy. I had a 3-second rule. 1, 2, 3.
I mean,
1, 2, 3. You ain't even seen me.
That's normal.
But
that's normal.
But
go ahead, baby.
What I say is, it doesn't necessarily bother. But I don't know. I think it's my confidence in me. But it doesn't really faze me so much. The looking is fine. The touching is where we had a problem. Hey, you remember on the cruise? Well, you weren't around then. And I call her little Miss Thing. It was this little light skin, high, little yellow, nice little shape. Real cute little thing. Yeah. She was coming at Zakiel. So we were in the little club on the cruise. I was looking for you, Ty. I wish you was around. I don't know where you went. I don't know where you was, but anyway, it was fine. And then I look around the corner and she over on his shoulder. Looking, because I can't help that. Nobody can. We can't stop nobody from looking. And if you don't have, and it's always been a matter of it, nobody looking at your man, and might not. Nobody wants what you have, but I don't have a problem with that as long as it doesn't go out of hand. He doesn't, say anything because guys are gonna look at me. I know I have a very handsome husband. And he knows he has a very beautiful wife.
Yes.
Men have tried. They look at his face and think twice. But and men and women have tried, but it's not. It isn't. It's not enough.
Okay. Okay. So see, when you see a fine woman, because when I see a fine man, if I ain't married, I'll be like, yes.
I don't say no. Woo. But,
He know better.
but they're always gonna be handsome men out here, gorgeous women out here.
Exactly.
There's always gonna be.
Yes.
So, I mean, our eyes. You're gonna look, and you can turn your head. You don't have to get caught in that lustful
That
moment.
30-second.
Yeah, you don't have to get caught. I mean, you acknowledge, but what we do is I play with it. Like if it's a beautiful woman come and whatever she may have on, I will pick something with her feet, dress or something, and bring it to my wife's attention, and we'll talk about her. It could be a dude that look like he live in the gym. We'll talk. I make a joke about him. I make jokes about everybody. You know, I makes it fun, so it don't bother me. And my wife the same way. It don't bother her, and we talks about it and we move forward.
Okay.
So,
All right.
that helps up.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, because I'm waiting to hear what Pastor D go say, because I know he got to answer to God on a regular. Pastor D, what do you do when you see that fine woman and you know, because you got crazy, you know, your wife is touched by angel, so
It's basically like this. When you start looking at stuff through a spiritual eye, you can look without looking, and then you can just keep it moving, because you don't have to be in that lustful moment, and you don't have to put yourself in that lustful moment or that lustful position. Don't say that you're not going to acknowledge the beauty, because God made everybody beautiful, regardless what shape you are, what size you are, anything like that. That does not change the beauty aspect, because we all are individuals and we all are children of God. So everything, you can find beauty in everything. But the secret, like you said, Tanya, that I know who I'm married to, and I can look without looking and keep it pushing.
I love Pastor D. I swear I do. Come on, Bridget.
Well, I think I'm the opposite of him, because I look. You're right. You got eyes, you look. But I'm more like my man over there. I usually know if it's too fine to me, and I will say, "Ooh, D, look at that." You know, I'm gonna tell D to look too,
Right.
and we both look.
Yeah.
You know, or sometimes, you know, you're right. Everything is sexy. Everything is fleshy.
Yes.
And so, you know, I can look and see she hot. And I say, D, look at that booty over there. And you'll be like, I'm not looking at that mess. I said,
It's
look
a
at
setup.
that booty.
Set up.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, you know, we're not blind. We look.
Okay. And it's just so sexy out here in the smorgasbord of men and women, especially with Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, the dating apps. It's just so much, and that's why I believe a lot of men don't commit today, because they think they're going to see something better and better. I want an old-fashioned guy, because I know I can see that Pastor D and Zakiel got those old-fashioned ways. I want to be introduced to someone. I want my friends, Z and Leanna, Pastor D and Bridget, find somebody that you know about and say, you know what? I think him and Tanya. That's how I want to meet somebody today. I want my friends to look inside how they feel about me and how they feel about this person, and do some investigation and say, let's bring these two people together, because people are not doing. I asked one guy, I went to a podcast place to interview where I could have my shows at. And the one guy was saying that he didn't want to introduce his friends because he didn't want them to feel like if it didn't work, but you already burning bread on it. You know, you're not giving it the opportunity, because God has blessed you with two friends that you could bring together. And at our age, we got more time behind us than in front of us.
Right.
Go out. I want a Z. I want a Pastor D. You know what I'm saying? I want somebody to give. I have a lot of love to give. You know, and it's not easy. So we talked about the easy part. Now, what do y'all do when y'all mad at each other? How do y'all navigate through that? Do we go to bed mad? Do we sit over in the corner not talk to each other? What do we do?
Well,
okay, go ahead, Bridget. How y'all navigate through that?
Sometimes.
Okay, I'm gonna put it to you just like this.
Put the phone closer to Pastor D because I can't hardly hear him.
I said I'm gonna put it to you just like this. We as people, we drop the ball on so many things. You know, it can be a communication barrier. It could be, something ain't go right. You know, if that person is internalizing a lot of stuff or something that you might said, it's a learning curve on how to navigate those situations. Okay, I know if I push this button right there, she's going to react like this. If I push that button, and I bet not push that button. So so it is a learning curve on how to navigate those situations. And if you do that properly, everything is worth an investment. If you have to get a return on your investment. I told somebody the other day, do you react or do you respond?
Yeah.
Stuff that you react to, it's immediate. You don't think about it. You just do it. But if you respond, you think about it. You say, okay, I need to be more sensitive here, or I need to do this here, or I need to do that here. And responding is the best action that you can give somebody. Respond to them. Don't just react.
Give me one of those buttons that you push when Bridget done pissed you off. Come on. Give me one of them buttons that you gonna get her back. I'm getting you back. I know what button to push. Come on.
I would say the button to push is for me to say, oh, I'm just not gonna do it. I'm just not gonna do it.
Is that what you say? No excuse, nothing.
No excuse.
I'm just not gonna do it.
I'm just not going to do it.
And that make her blow up like a hot air balloon.
That is the button not to push, is say I'm not gonna do something.
Oh. All right, Bridget, come on.
I think I'm probably the one that he'll be talking, and if I'm at a point I'm gonna say something I might regret, I just stop talking. I won't respond. I won't say nothing. Cause I need that woosha moment. Cause I might say something that, I'm kind of like this person. I'd rather you black my eye than to say something that's gonna hurt me, because I won't forget what you said. My eye heal. You know what I mean?
Better be jabbed in your eye.
Yeah. But my mind will keep resonating on that came out of your mouth. You know what I mean? I'm sorry won't cut it.
Okay.
So if I know that about myself, I also know I got one of them sword tongues. You already know. And so my learning curve is just shut up, Bridget. Don't say nothing. You're going to say the wrong thing. So I'll say, well, let's stop talking. And he'll say, what kind of infantile stuff is that? And I'll say, well, I'm not talking no more. Because I'm trying to, keep this where I can come back to it and still be kind of in order, which we will talk about it when it's not at 10. We'll come back a little later. But he will say, oh, you want to talk about it now? I'll be like, yeah, I'm ready. That means I'm cooled down. I can hear him and not hear more of how I feel.
Okay. All right. Okay, Z and Leanna, come on.
Whatever. Ladies first.
Oh, the question again.
You know what the question is? How you when you mad at each other? What them triggers?
Oh, my thing was, Zakel, that triggers me is I'm detailed all the time, and I try to pull back, but it's just in me. I like things in order, you know. God said decent and in order, and I'm always that. My papa
But
said
it's your order. It's not
but it's
y'all's
my
order.
yeah. And I'll say, okay, Zakel, we gotta be at blah blah, some place or a certain time or something. And he drags. I mean, oh my God. Even on the road, when he take a shower, he got to trim, he got to shave, he got to take out all of his stuff on the counter. It is so, but it's certain things, that kind of push me to he thinks I'm supposed to read his mind sometimes. I think that's a male thing somewhere. Golly, it's a lot more noise now. I'm supposed to read his mind. And it'd be things that he thinks that I'm upset about, which I'm really not. I ain't even thought about. But it upset him to think. And so he'll say, well, I can't read your mind. Well, you need to come on, or something like that. And I'm like, I wasn't even thinking. But now I'm upset. So I'm quiet now. I don't want to say nothing. And then he'll say, no me importa. Si habla español, continúe. He will speak Spanish. So he'll say, no me importa. That means I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if you're mad. I don't care if you're upset. I don't care if you're upset. Hold on.
Ooh, wait. Okay.
But I'll be quiet for a while. I won't even say anything. And then it's like he'll start playing or he'll start doing something. He'll touch me or rub me or bump me or push me or something, to get me to snap back, and sometimes we'll talk it through. It just depends on what it is and how important it was. It may have been something so silly that it wasn't even worth even going back into. It was better to just leave it alone. You just weigh out, what's good, to talk about and what's important and what's not.
Okay. What? Give me a quick button that you could push to make him like. Okay, Leanne.
Come back to me on that one.
Okay. All right. Go. Come on, Z.
It's kind of hard for her to push my buttons for me to be like, get upset. But for most things, like we get upset and not talk with the little things. It's not really enough for major, but we get quiet and let each other have the space. I'm playful. I'm 24-hour playful. I don't care how serious the situation is. I'm always playful all day. So that's my way of communicating with her. Like I said, I'll nudge her, play with her hair, just do something to get her responding. And if it's something, it allows us to talk. And she's like, I'm mad at you. And I'm like, why? Then she explains it. I'm like, okay, well, babe, I just look at it this way. I apologize, and we'll move forward. But what makes me mad with her, and it's every day, it's eating. It's eating. She wants to eat like a bird, and I'll be like, not eating.
Because I don't eat, but that's just my system. I don't eat like that. So
she'd rather eat M&Ms and think that's food all day. No, we're not doing that. You're gonna eat food. So we would get an argument over food. She don't want to eat. I want her to eat. At least eat something. Vegetables, a smoothie, something. M&M. I don't care what it is. M&M. Breakfast, lunch, M&M. So that's mostly where we have our dispute, and I get upset. But then I gotta realize, like, she's been doing this way before I was in her life, and she's perfectly fine. So, but I don't like it because it like bothers me. Like,
well, one day, when she started getting those blood tests done and get older, and they tell her she got to do something different. Then because I'm a decent eater, and I eat. Y'all know I work out, all of that. Now I'm fighting high blood pressure. I'm high cholesterol. Then they did another test where my creatinine is high. I got some veins going through my kidneys, and they're narrowing. So when you get to that point, don't get to that point. Okay, so we're coming to an end, but I want you guys to tell my viewers, motivate them in some kind of way in beginning a relationship or being in a relationship, in a marriage, and give them some hope, because you guys gave them a lot of hope today.
Go ahead, D.
Okay, I'm going to start, and this would be real short, but real to the point.
Mm-hmm.
When God started the church, which was the ecclesia, he started it in the home. And that's why when you read the Bible and you start to exegete the text and all of that stuff, it says in the Bible, charity starts at home and is spread abroad. Charity meaning love. So therefore, if you have love in the home, then it would be able to spread it to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have that love of self. You have to examine yourself. You
Mm-hmm.
have to think about yourself. And then when you love yourself, then you can love other people. And then that love will show upon everybody else. You know, the thing of dating over 50 and all of that stuff, it's all in what you make of the experience of sharing.
Yeah.
And if you can't share yourself, your authentic self, put it that way, your authentic self with somebody else, then you're altogether lost.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Bridget. Thank you, Pastor D. Bridget.
Well, I think, the thing is have some fun,
Mm.
be true to yourself. I think open communication is very important. And for all you people think that sex is not important, you're lying. Because it is important.
Look at them two
It's
over there.
very important.
Very important.
You know what I'm saying? You have to keep reinventing your love
Oh, that's a good one, Bridget.
in a marriage. A lot of people get stuck on how you started. Well, I don't want to stay where I started when I got married. I'm elevating. We're elevating. And as you elevate, change come. So if he liked it from behind when he first got you, he might want it in the front now or the side. You have to be willing to compromise. Even when I'm mad, sometimes I'm angry and I just want to go to sleep. But if daddy say he want to rumble, it's going down. I'll be mad, might not put that same energy into it, but it's still going down. I mean, it is important. It's important to date me. It's important to talk to me. It's important to hold my hand, to open the door for me.
Oh, wait.
It's important for you to kiss on me, touch me. All that is important. And when that begins to stop, it doesn't mean your relationship is over. It just means you need to revise your love. It needs some attention. And if you ignore it, then it will be over. But if you embrace what's going on and talk about it and see what creative things, real quick, and I'm going to shut up. I got these stilettos. I can't wear them outside. I can only wear them in the bedroom because that's how high they is, right? And I put these stilettos on. My man looking at me like I'm Beyonce. I got a full length mirror, right? And I'm in these stilettos. I'm trying to do a little bounce, and I messed around and looked in that mirror.
Not she laughing at herself.
What? But I'm just saying,
Yes.
I
Yes.
felt loved. I felt like, whoa, I saw with my eyes, and I said he couldn't be seeing what I'm seeing.
It's
But
deeper than that.
right. The way he was looking at me and anxious to touch me. You know, that's what I try to keep alive in our marriage.
Wow.
That piece right there.
Thank
So
you. Very
that's all
good.
I got to say.
Thank you. Come on, babies. Let's see what y'all got
I
to
would
say.
say, first, when you first come into a relationship, you have to forgive yourselves.
Mhm.
You can't bring past baggage into the new.
Mhm.
That
You
trauma.
have to forgive
Yep.
yourselves, and then, like our brother and sister said, then you love yourself before you start loving others. So
Mhm.
it's making it more easy to love that person. You got to do things sometimes spontaneous. You got to be different. You got to have fun. This is your partner. It's your lifetime partner. That's how it's supposed to
Yeah.
be. So you have to be playful. And like I said, yes, that is the point. You don't supposed to criticize nobody. They're not porn stars. So if it's something that they don't know, don't yell at them. Just teach them. And if
Yeah.
it's something that y'all don't know, y'all can go to a toy store together. You can look at whatever it is together.
Yeah.
Y'all just make it work. It's y'all union. So y'all do it together. Be spontaneous. Like I love life. Like we sex every day, and I try to do it multiple times. This right here, and I have to be more. I have to be more open and more understanding with her. It's my
Because
sexuality is high.
how much older she is of you?
I'm 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
But I accept my wife. She don't deny, but I have to be in tune when she says, even when she's drained, she still will say yes. But it's up to me to say enough is enough.
Right.
So
Mhm.
like I say,
Wow.
I love that about her, and we bond. But we play. You gotta keep that spark, and you have
Yeah.
to be creative. A long time, 10 years, 5 years, 30 years, 40. You have to get there.
Yeah.
So you have to be creative. It's about love, and you're gonna have your ups and downs.
Yeah.
But it's about communicating, and you can't be
Mhm.
selfish.
Yeah.
Sometimes she may want you to be in the house and help cook and clean. If you don't do it that day, do it. If you don't want to do it, do it. It helps please her. It makes her smile.
Yes.
Yeah.
If she don't like to watch basketball, like I like to go to car drag strips. I like the racetrack. I like to ride motorcycles. But if that's not her thing, she's gonna go anyway because it pleases me. So sometimes
Right.
you gotta sacrifice and do
Absolutely.
things to others.
Yes.
And that's
Absolutely.
what gets us through. We learn what our failures was in our previous relationships. And it helps us to become better today.
That's
So
amazing.
today we know that certain things that we didn't do, we're like, babe, I didn't do this, so now I'm gonna try to do this. And it helps. It works out for us.
Yeah.
Come on, Leanne.
Oh, you have to learn to ask the difficult questions
Yeah.
Ooh.
and be able to accept what that answer is going to be,
Yeah.
or what that response, like, my brother said. I don't ask a lot, but I know the questions that I do he knows they're important. Now, I'm not going to probably like the answer, but he always give it straight. If he asks me, it's got to be to where you can be able to talk to each other without getting angry with each other.
Yeah.
With the things that you want to talk about, because that's the only thing that's going to build. That's the only way you're going to build.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're going to get to know each other. I need to know his weaknesses, so I know where I need to be his
Ooh.
pillar.
That's
I
it.
need for him to know,
Mhm.
what bothers me, so he'll know how to heal and how to talk to me.
Yeah.
Mhm. That tone.
That's a problem that
Yeah.
most couples have, is they don't know how to talk to each other. They
Yeah.
say, the women, we're supposed to be the helpmate. Whether we like it,
Say
don't like
something.
it, if it's sex, if we're supposed to be submissive. Most people don't actually know what that means. And most of the time when guys say that to women, they go, oh, here you go with this submissive.
Mhm.
No, that's a real thing. And
It
it's
is.
not just in the sex, in the bedroom.
Yeah.
It's submissive in everything.
Everything. Yes.
So if he say, babe, I don't feel like going out there and washing the car, well, babe, how about we just take it somewhere and get it washed together? Or how about we go out there and we play and we wash the car
Watch it
together?
together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
How about you go cut the grass and I clip? I don't know what the heck I'm doing, but show me and I'll help. So, those are things, he and I do. And, we pretty much watch the same thing. God is like, he's just so amazing.
Yes.
Oh.
So amazing. And when you find the history, when you find your person, you're going to know. It's
Yeah.
not going to be a dang, it's gonna take me a minute to get to know you. All that, what people say, it takes a
Yeah.
year,
Yeah.
2 years. Now,
Yeah.
3 months, that ain't long enough. Yes, it is. It
Yes,
Yes,
it
actually
is.
is. And if it's longer than that, then you playing with that person.
Yeah.
You're not really wanting to be with that person forever. 'Cause life is what you make. It's not that life is short.
Yeah.
We were born into it knowing that we were not here to stay.
Right. Well,
God created us to be together, to find your mate, and to be fruitful. And okay, now
Yeah.
we ain't been fruitful yet, but but in that way. But I have my girls that I brought into the marriage, and they're grown. They love him. They call him Daddy Z. And they have never done that with
Z.
anyone, even my ex-husband. No, my grandbabies are his babies. And Zayana is with us all the time. She's 2. And she calls me abuela and abuelo, and she loves Zukel to there's no means. So he's we're just family oriented. You
Yes.
have to be able to love. If you're gonna love that person, you gotta love who comes with that person,
Yes.
as if they are yours. And
If
that's
that's
what
your
he brings.
person.
Yeah, his daughter.
Yeah.
I mean, just the same way. His son.
Mhm.
They're my children. So it's all in really when you find your person, it really does not take as long as everybody in this world wants to put it,
Yeah.
to know that that's your person.
Yeah.
And I'm just
Well,
thankful. I love Zakel. I
yeah.
love our relationship, and I am thankful for what God has done. And I'm praying for more and more in the future. And Tanya, we gonna get you. We on.
Y'all gonna get me right.
Yeah.
Look, I
Sidebar.
love you all. I have this amazing, I say it all the time. I have a very small circle, but my circle is mighty. Just look at them and look at y'all. And the other couple that was going to be on here. The circle that I have around me are mostly married people. The people I live with, they're married, and I watch their marriage, and they go through ups and downs, but they stick it. They stick and stay. You know what I'm saying? So I know God got somebody out there for me, but he is in somebody's head right now, my circle, saying, this guy is going to be great for Tanya. Okay. And I ain't going to waste no time with it. But in closing, I appreciate you guys. I love you.
I will say though, Tanya, it's not to say, anything that, nobody is perfect. There's never a perfect person nor a perfect relationship.
Mhm.
But you're gonna have your ups and downs. You
Absolutely.
just have to know how to maneuver and just get through it together.
But one thing I'm just not going to deal with. I'm not going to deal with being second. I'm not going to deal with sharing. Those are the things. And the men that have been coming in my life want to share, and I'm not going to share. And then when I leave them, then all of a sudden they don't want to share no more. They just want me. But it's too late because you done lost my trust. My trust is gone. You know what I'm saying? And both of y'all has been been a part of me being in a relationship and watch these relationships come and go. And both of them was because they wanted me to deal with someone else that I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm enough.
Amen.
All right.
Amen.
So in
I will say,
closing,
Miss Bridget and your husband, we would love to stay in touch with y'all.
yeah,
We can, try to do,
I'm gonna
some
bring all
couples.
of y'all
We love to get
together.
with, very mature, couples. And,
Yes.
I would, Zakel, I was talking, we would love to keep in touch with y'all.
Look at
And
there.
Tanya, thank you so much for bringing all of our family
Where they
together.
from?
Well,
Where
we
y'all
all
from?
gonna get together. I might be manless, but I
That's
want to
all
be
right.
there too. I want to be there too.
Pastor D and Miss Bridget, where y'all from?
Cleveland?
Well, we live in Georgia.
Oh, he in Cleveland.
We
They
She
live
from
up
Cleveland.
here. Yeah, we're up here in Helen.
They got
Okay.
a beautiful home, a farm in Helen, don't y'all?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
He talking about riding a horse or doggone milking a
Yeah,
cow.
come on through. Come on through.
Y'all pick me up and we on our way.
That's right. We gonna scoop Tanya up and we on the way.
On our way.
Yeah.
Get our
All right,
West Wing
guys.
together, okay? All right. We on the West Wing. Yeah.
All right. As we conclude our journey through the lives of these two couples, each navigating the landscape of love at different stages, it's clear that Dating Over 50 offers unique challenges and profound rewards. From the seasoned wisdom of 10-year marriage to the fresh excitement of a couple just starting their journey. We see that love knows no age. Each relationship is a testament to resilience, understanding, and the power of connection. Whether you've been together for 9 years or just 1 year, the key lies in communication, support, and willingness to grow together. As we move forward, let's embrace the beauty and the love at any age and cherish the stories that remind us that it is never too late to find joy and companionship. Thank you for joining us in the exploration of love, partnership, and the rich tapestry of it. Next week, guys, I have the pleasure of going to Dr. Bond's house, and I am going to be filming him live. Dr. Bond is a gentleman that Emory gave a heart to. He literally got a second heart. I am going to go interview him at his home. I am going to, he got this beautiful art. He's a doctor. He's an author. He also keep HBCU colleges from going under. So I am going to go sit down and talk to Dr. Bond. I'm really excited about this interview, guys. I'm excited about all my interviews. And I just want to thank my couples tonight because it started off a little shaky, and God was saying, no. But I mean, not God, the devil was saying, no. And God was saying, yes. So it went on the way it was supposed to go on because there's somebody out there that is in a marriage or a relationship that's struggling. And I'm hoping that these people that were on tonight is giving you some hope. And I'm hoping that God is putting together that 3-month man for me. He has to wait out. So I just want you guys to hang in there. Don't give up. Don't ever give up on love. Also, June 28th, we'll be in Cleveland. Y'all know I'm an advocacy for sex trafficking against our children. Guys, that thing is going so well. It's going to be huge. I didn't realize the magnitude of the keynote speakers that stepped up to the plate. I even have other people calling me, inboxing me, wanting to be a part of that event. We are going to shine the light on the pedophiles and the predators against our children. We're going to do it in a fun way. It's going to be June 28th at Club Jazzy at 7 p.m. It's a gala, red carpet. That means you bring out your best. We're going to have fun, but we're going to bring awareness. I am going to be out here talking about sex trafficking awareness so much that people going to get tired of hearing it and going to say, you know what? Let me hook up with Tanya and find out what's going on with this sex trafficking. Because we got too many of our babies missing or taken or right in plain view and being sex trafficked. We got to put it, we'll never be able to stop it, but we damn sure could bring a whole lot of awareness to it. Again, thank you for joining me. I am Tanya R. Lewis with the Diary of Day Number 50. I'll see you guys next Sunday. Tune in. Thank you.
The hottest dating show on social media, hosted by the sassiest model of them all, Tanya R. Lewis. Are you 50 and single, dating or waiting to mingle? Be a guest on the Diary of Dating Over 50 with your host, Tanya R. Lewis.